Hi, and welcome back. And as you can see, I am here with some very special guests. This is the Woolly Worm man himself, and Merriweather the Woolly Worm. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Great to be here with you.
And they're here to talk about the 37th Annual Woolly Worm Festival that's coming up in a couple of weeks. And I love your outfit. This is fantastic. It's perfect, even though, you know, it's Fashion Week, and this is definitely making a great fashion statement.
And you notice that all the colors match the pink, the yellow, the orange.
Everything looks perfect.
We are classy
We wouldn't lose you in a crowd for sure.
That's right.
So tell us a little bit about how you became the Woolly Worm man.
Well, this festival started 37 years ago, and this is our 37th festival. And at the first festival, we had just 6 race lanes, and we raced less than 50 worms that day. And my wife and I actually sold funnel cakes because they were not introduced down here to this area of North Carolina. And we had had a camp in Pennsylvania for years, so we did that. But then the second year, I started announcing the races, and it's kind of history from there. We've gone from 6 race lanes to 25 race lanes. And we cannot race the worms fast enough when the weather's good. Now, when the weather's bad, we have to make up more stories and carry on, and Merriweather has to do a lot of acting. But when the weather's good, those worms just get on there and take off, and it's really fast sometimes. And one of the neat thing is Tommy Burleson works with us, and everybody from this area and ever supported basketball in North Carolina know Tommy. Tommy is 7'3". Tall, and he was a former All-American basketball player for NC State. They won the national champion, then he was on the Olympic team and did all that. But Tommy comes up there, and he's the official judge now because he's the only one that can see eye to eye with the finish line. And when you have 25 worms racing, sometimes they're very, very close to each other. So it's hair over hair, neck over neck, and takes a lot of good judging that way.
Well, it's good that you have him around to make sure that, you know, the right worm wins.
Yes,
well, that's a mouthful. Okay, well, great. Well, this is so interesting, and so tell us, you know, what started the festival? What you know, you guys wanted to just start with a small race, and then it's grown over the last 37 years.
Well, you know how kids like to get together, young people.
Absolutely.
Well, everybody does. Jim Morton, whose father happened to own the little mountain in Banner Elk area, Grandfather Mountain, he and some friends were out, and they saw a woolly worm. They were on a camping trip, and they had a stick, and the woolly worm was on that stick, and next thing you know, the woolly worm starts crawling up that stick. And one of them happened to have a string with him for some reason, put it down to another woolly worm, and the woolly worm started crawling. And Jim and the guys, they're pretty innovative type folks, and they said, well, I wonder if we could have some races with these. And from that, 37 years ago, the world famous Woolly Worm Festival started. And now we race 12 to 1,500 worms on Saturday, 600 to 800 worms on Sunday. We've made international news, and we even get to come on MTN TV. Now that's when we knew we had made it.
Well, we are very honored to have you guys here as well.
It's our privilege.
If you can check out, I've got on some really cool Woolly Worm swag. You guys have got a lot of great stuff. I love this headband. It's got a little Woolly Worm on it. It's got pencils, it's got buttons. These are little hair clips, which are so cute. And I don't know, I've got to catch up to you. I don't look great compared to you. You've got all the great swag on.
Well, you look great in a different way, but this is the only costume made like this.
And you look fantastic.
Merriweather, keep your ears plugged.
You look fantastic.
But what's neat is we have about 160 craft booths, and they're all handmade crafts. They can't be imported things. They can't be like that. So a lot of them specialize in actual woolly worm crafts.
Oh, wow.
So that's where some of these come from. But you know, every season, you got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, you got Halloween. Everybody has a birthday. And out of these 160 plus booths, there's plenty of opportunities to buy great stuff for the whole year long. And then we have 30-some food booths.
That's what I like to talk about.
You think you're at an international food festival, because everything from the good old hot dogs from the Boy Scouts all the way up to this Caribbean stuff, and Japanese, Chinese, you name it. Special, and some of the desserts are unbelievable.
You still have the funnel cakes there, I'm
Oh,
sure.
yes.
Okay, good.
You always have, that's right, that's gotten a little bit smaller, but on that weekend we eat. We used to be able to, when we didn't quite have so many people, the different vendors would send us up some food and we'd advertise for them. Now they've gotten so busy, they don't give us anything.
Oh, gosh.
And we go hungry.
So we've got some woolly worms here today, and we've got some that are climbing away up here on these ropes. So tell us a little bit about the woolly worm, and we were talking earlier about the 13 different parts of their body and what the winter of the Woolly Worm Festival actually means for us, especially for us up here in the high country, with weather-wise.
Well, what's neat is a woolly worm, it's got 13 body segments. You know, there's 52 weeks in a year, there's 4 seasons, 4 into 52 is 13. Now that's an actual fact. You can't argue that one. But a woolly worm has 13 body segments. So the first segment at his head is the first week of winter, and at his tail is the last week. Now what we have determined, we've specialized it so much that only the worm that can win all its races. So that worm has to win 3 races on the day. And for any athlete, even your boss man here, Mr. Terry, he probably could never have played 3 football games in one day.
That would be rough.
Even though he did get in once in a while to play. It was a play here, then they go off to the side. But these guys have to run 3 big races to win. And then on top of that, the veterinarian comes and does a urinalysis on the worm, checks that there's no singeing or no illegal treatment of any type. Once it's declared a clean worm, then we, from that, judge it. So we take and look at the 13 stripes, and Big Tommy right now is the one who predicts the weather based on that. If it's black, that means that you're going to have snow in the mountain area during that week. If it's a deep, rich chocolate brown, that's at miserable below normal cold. 20 degrees and below. And you'll get down in this area around 0 degrees. And then the weatherman comes on and says, and with the wind chill factor, it's 13 degrees below. And I don't care how cold you were when you thought it was 0, you're all of a sudden really freezing now. The light brown weeks is typical winter around here. About 5:30 in the evening, you better get your jacket because it's starting to get cold. We're going to have frost on our windshield in the morning. About 10 o'clock, you get comfortable again. You can take those jackets off, enjoy the day. 5:30 rolls around, look out, it's going to be cold again. You wouldn't believe we're about 84% accurate in 37 years of predicting the weather.
That is amazing.
Now this past year, it had to be an imported worm, but we haven't found out from what country yet. We still have our investigators working on it because we missed it this past year. Not sure what happened, but so did a lot of the weather forecasters. So we hope that never happens again.
Well, I'm hoping for a normal, safe, nice, regular winter.
Good.
So to the woolly worm gods, please, no snow, no below 0.
Well, now you're not helping the Chamber of Commerce right now because in these snow mountains, what do they want?
I know, that's right.
All right, girl, you got to remember if you live in the mountains, you need some
I'm getting
snow.
used to it. I'm getting used to it. But
All
you know, I at least one good week of winter,
Right.
not just driving 3 miles an hour down the mountain.
Well, if you followed Terry around, he's flying over here from Newland, and he's not driving slow, so no matter what the weather is.
So tell us a couple of things about entering. How do we enter? Where do we get the worms? How do we enter the race?
Well, the neat thing is the festival only costs you $5 to get in. If you're a kid, it costs $3. If you're like 6 and under, it costs absolutely nothing. Then to race a worm, it costs $5. And you have to name the worm, and the names are fascinating. What they come up with, political people, all athletes, and all kind of things like that. And that's how you race. Then you wait your turn. And on Saturday, you better get there fairly early because the races fill up. Even though we run up to 50 races, you better get there early to get your name on the race board. And like I said, we race 25 worms at a time. As fast as we can race them, then the next team comes up. If you win your first race, you win $20 and a beautiful blue ribbon. Then you come back for a semifinal and you can win $100. And then the final, you win $1,000 on Saturday and $500 on Sunday.
That is awesome. And so to get the weather, it has to win all 3 of the races on Saturday.
That's right.
That's where we're going to get our weather
Yes,
prediction.
ma'am. Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
good to know. I'm going to be looking out for that.
Okay.
You guys, you're going to report it, right? You're
Oh,
gonna let us
yes.
know.
Oh, yes.
Okay, good.
And the neat thing is we make literally make international news. The Today Show picks us up each year. We've been several times on the British Broadcasting Company. They've actually come to Banner Elk and done 2 complete filmings of the Woolly Worm Festival. And many, many other channels pick us up. We've been out in California. We've been all over the world, over in Europe, where they pick all the results of this crazy stuff up.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Well, this is a big event.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness. And we have a lot of fun little knickknacks things down here. And tell me again about the woolly worm soup. What was that about?
Well, this is a woolly worm soup. And just before I get anybody upset, it's a can with a label on it. But it's a Kiwanis Creme de la woolly worm soup. And it's made of certified losers of the woolly worm race. It's just a fun item. Don't write any letters or anything.
That's funny.
But we have a lot of fun with it. We have woolly worm outhouses from the mountain. We're fortunate. We have beautiful woolly worm puzzles. One of the great ones here because it shows Merriweather and a good-looking woolly worm man on here. Great 160-piece puzzle. So about anything you need. One of the neat things they made is these they used to ship all over. That's got a woolly worm in it, and inside is an advertisement about the Woolly Worm Festival. And you can see down here kind of what the woolly worm race looks like. This is our veterinarian, and she flies in each year to come and judge the Woolly Worm Festival. And you can see we've got the race lanes, and there's Big Tommy Burleson right there calling the race.
So real quick before we go, what's the best way to get them on the rope? How do we get them on there?
That's a challenge. We have learned that often if a worm is not moving, you cup it in your hand and blow hot air on it. Now, I don't have much hot air personally. Probably you do as an announcer, or Terry out there. But once he starts moving, see how he was balled up but now it's moving? My philosophy is you need to have the worm moving before you get up there. You can't reach in your container and say, here, jump on that board.
Right.
So a lot of people get cups and they move them around. Then to get them to move, they often put straws together and blow on the worm like that. Because you cannot touch the race board or the rope or the worm while the race is going on.
Gotcha.
But you can scream, you can holler, you can do anything. And they like that blowing up, and a lot of them think that works really. What's fascinating is one time we had a worm that was less than an inch winning $1,000.
Oh my goodness.
And they start this, they stretch out, and that worm,
Oh.
we had to get around that worm quickly to keep that man from maybe harming him.
Oh no.
You know, when you're excited about winning $1,000 and that happens. But a lot of the worms turn around after they go up so far. So.
Well, good luck to all the racers. That is going to be awesome. We're going to be there on Sunday.
Great.
And I look forward to finding out the winter weather. That's what I need to know.
Good.
And real quick, before we go, there also is going to be, let's see, go ahead and.
Can you say that?
It's the Woolly Worm Woad Race. That is adorable.
That's right. It's a human race. And it's held at Lees McRae College. It's a 5-mile race, begins at 9 a.m. on Saturday, October 11th, or a 1-mile fun run. And Terry, as old as he's gotten out there, he would probably need to do the one mile run. The old football days are gone, but it's a lot of fun. It goes all through the woods over there at Lees McRae, much of what the team practices on, the real race team. So you can have a lot of fun. That's Saturday, October 11th.
Now, Merriweather, have you been practicing and training for that run? Good. I expect to see you out there running, okay? And then, and so the race is on October 11th, and then the actual festival is going to be October 18th
and
19th.
Right.
And that is of October, and it starts on, let's see here,
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock in the morning. So don't miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Where is it going to be? Where can we find it?
Right in the heart of downtown at what was the Banner Elk Elementary School for many, many years.
Okay.
And the town of Banner Elk has just bought that property as of someday this week. It officially becomes theirs.
All
and
right.
we built a nice new elementary school in town, so now that will be for all the community.
All right. Well, wonderful. What a great event. It's been around for 37 years,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you look fantastic. What a great spokesperson they have, and what a great fun event. And you look fantastic too, Meriwether.
I was tall, dark, and handsome when I started. I had hair and everything, but 37, 38 years does a lot to you.
Well, you guys are awesome. We
Thank
love what you guys do for the festival every year, and these little guys are troopers. And I look forward to seeing the winners and all the great fun food and handcrafted events at the festival.
What we want to do is we want you to announce a race.
And now you want me to announce
The
the race?
day you're there.
All right, I'll
You
do
gotta
it.
run that way and run that way, and you got a microphone, and
Hey.
it's Woolly Booger in the lead, followed by so-and-so.
I'll do it. I'll do
All right.
my very best.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thank y'all so much for being here.
Thanks to MTN, we appreciate you.
We'll be right back after this.